Elo siemano, witam was bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z dodatku Krew i Wino. Miałem włączyć później nagrywanie, jak już dojdę do Bianco albo na cmentarz, ale tutaj dostaniemy liścik od Yennefer. Zapytacie się, skąd ja to wiem? Ponieważ chciałem włączyć później nagrywanie, jak już mówiłem, ale włączyła mi się misja z tym listem i po prostu chciałem, żebyście to wy też również usłyszeli. Ten liścik mamy tutaj dostać.
Sir, a letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Czeka na zapłatę oczywiście, jak zawsze. Dobra, daj mu to. 5 koron to tam jeszcze nie wydatek.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dobra, i tutaj dostaliśmy liścik od Jen.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you, thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
No i mamy nowe zadanie, tak? Iść na cmentarz to jest główne. Iść do Bianco to jest poboczne. Odwiedź Guriama w lazarecie. Poszukaj grobu Maro na cmentarzu za murami. Chyba może najpierw pójdziemy do Bianco, bo mnie ciekawi, jaka ta hacienda jest. Tak więc do zobaczenia za chwilę. No i dobra, jesteśmy już w Winnicy. Zobaczmy, a to tutejśmy byli. A to jest ta kostnica. Nawet, znaczy no... Z zewnątrz nie wygląda ona jakoś tak mocno zajebiście, czekajcie, przemedytuję. A dalej jest ciemno, spoko. O, dobra, lepiej. No, z zewnątrz ona nie wygląda jakoś mega. Zobaczymy, jak wygląda w środku.
I am Barnabas Basil Fawlty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Majordomo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibley family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo, Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
A, weź. A będzie miała prowadzić po tej
Behold,
winnicy.
sir, your estate in all its splendor.
No, widoczki.
Vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Dobra, kto chce, niech sobie przewinie, bo to będzie troszeczkę trwało.
My father was
A że
a
was nie
native
zanudzać, to po
as
prostu
was
nie
my
chcę tego
grandfather
wycinać, bo może
before
ktoś
him,
będzie
as
zainteresowany.
was my great aunt.
I sobie
In
poczyta,
fact,
albo posłucha.
she was the one to start the tradition.
Jak ktoś jest niezainteresowany, to niech sobie przewinie gdzieś dalej.
It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to Major Domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
The Dutch is small, but do you know any who's not heard of our wines?
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of Tucson.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Oh! The days pass. The pile of work remains.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest, aged in oak barrels. It provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
As far as the land they call Velen. Such famine rages there. Why they
Nice
make
well.
bread
Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
They're so heroic, we had to summon a witcher to do their work.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Now I shall sink you a song. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Seeking out the witcher, our knights rode as far as the lands they call Velen. Such famine rages there. And they bake bread out of acorns and had never so much as heard.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
No dobra, chyba będziemy teraz wchodzić do środka. Tak mi się przynajmniej wydaje. Dobra, jak to wygląda w środku?
And welcome inside. On
Troszeczkę
the
jak
left
taka
is the
piwnica.
master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. One must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Dobra, zobaczmy co możemy tutaj jeszcze ulepszyć.
The place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Renowację domu, poszerzenie podwórza... domu.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
Ile? 5 koła? Ja pierdolę. Czy ja chcę tyle wydawać? Dobra, ciul.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Panie, jak na razie to nie mam hajsu.
That's all for now, BB. Thanks.
Przybysz w Winnicy Corvo Bianco do jej dawnej świetności, poczekaj 3 dni, aż zakończy się remont generalny. Dobra, w sumie możemy to przemedytować. Przemedytujmy to. Nie będę tego nawet przewijał. I tak szybko będzie. O, już się wzięli. Widzę, że rusztowania postawili. Dobra, jeszcze tutaj raz. Przesuniemy sobie do południa. Dobra, do 11. Jak to wygląda? Została odnowiona. No i od razu lepiej. Jak to wygląda w środku? No kurde. Beautiful. Od razu lepiej. Kurde, panie. No łóżko by się przydało troszeczkę lepsze, ale pewnie i tak będziemy mogli je ulepszać. Gdzie jest ta jadalnia? O, tutaj jest kuchnia z jadalnią. Okej, no skromna, znaczy skromna. Mała, tak. Tutaj jest jadalnia. A na górze jest pokój gościnny, tak? Tutaj by się przydało to chyba zakryć, bo takie dechy krzywe jeszcze do tego. Nie, no to jeszcze będziemy pewnie mogli coś tam powykonywać. Czekajcie, ja mam hajsu. 2700 koron, tak? Dobra, zobacz, możemy coś jeszcze kupić?
Renovations.
Superb in Affen.
Aha, bo się do botnicy na coś natknęli, tak? Przeszukaj piwnicę.
Even a horse drops it.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think.
Dobra. Wow!
Laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time.
No, nieźle, nieźle. Możemy jak sobie wykorzystać alkohol. Alkahest. Dobra, nie będę tego czytał. Czekajcie, bo ja jestem ciekawy, czy coś mogę jeszcze odnowić, czy będę mógł. Na pewno mogę, tylko co odnowić jeszcze tutaj. Pokój gościnny bym zrobił.
A laboratory?
Dobra, walić to. Dawaj mi tutaj. Remont,
As you wish.
renowacja domu.
Feels like
Indeed.
Lepsze łóżko, tak? Dobra. W sumie lepsze łóżko by się przydało.
Excellent.
1000. Dobra.
great.
Raz żyje.
Is there any...
A pokój gościnny ile?
Was one?
Oh, but that...
Też 1000, spoko.
Yeah.
I can tell a man of action immediately. I'll see to it myself. Is there any...
That's
O, w tym odcinku raczej nie będziemy zdjękiewać, tylko zajmiemy się po prostu Corvo Bianco. Bo niczym innym tutaj się raczej w tym odcinku nie zajmiemy, tylko renowacją Corvo Bianco. Dobra, jeszcze raz medytacja. Teraz do południa sobie przemedytujemy. No i dobra. Nowe łóżko, tak? Pokaż mi to łóżko. No i od razu lepiej. Kurde, od razu lepiej. A jak tam pokój gościnny wygląda? No. Kurde, łóżko jebitne. Troszeczkę małe okienko, ale ciul z tym. No i tutaj jakieś szafy, nie szafy, padawane, nie padawane. Zajebioza. Chociaż w sumie możemy coś tam porobić, bo mamy dopiero 19 minut. Właściwie dopiero odcinka mamy. Więc coś tam możemy jeszcze porobić. Dobra, Corvo Bianco zajmiemy się później, bo i tak już nie mam hajsu. Odwiedź Gorilla ma w lazarecie, tak? A w sumie niedaleko mam do tego lazaretu. Myślałem, żeby się tam przenieść, ale skoro mam niedaleko, to po co? Po co mam się tam przenosić? Skoro mogę sobie pobiec. Tak też można. Dawaj, dawaj, dawaj. Geralt, kondychę trzeba wyrobić. No a tam zamek w tu są. Kurde. Ale bez kitu to jest bajkowa kraina. Widać, że tutaj nie było wojny żadnej. Z bajkowa kraina po prostu. Dobra, tutaj ma być. Dobra, jest.
Your wound. Feeling better?
It's healing splendidly, though I am to avoid trouble for some time. To be frank, that is precisely why I wish to speak with you.
Want me to stand in for you? Take on some trouble on your behalf?
That could very well be the case. You see, there is a maiden, nay, a lady. I suspect someone's cast an ill spell upon her. A
curse, perhaps.
Let me guess. She suddenly grew cold, haughty, and distant, though the night before she was flirtatious and alluring.
Tut tut, Witcher. You jest, yet the matter is grave. Though true, the lady in question is dear to my heart. I shall not deny it.
I fear she has fallen victim to ill magic and knows no one she could turn to for help.
Prawie nikogo.
What makes you think she might be cursed?
You must keep all I say to yourself, I beg you. I would never dare to be so indiscreet normally, yet I'm troubled about her, for her. Vivian shuns the company of others. Though the fairest maid at court, she keeps men at a distance. I thus determined I would resort to trickery.
Trickery? That even befitting of a knight?
In war, yes. And what is love if not battle? As it were, one evening I crouched in hiding outside her seamstress's home. As Vivian emerged from it, I too emerged, ever so gently but convincingly collided with her, then promptly offered to escort her home. She consented. At first, all augured well. I proposed a more scenic route. She agreed. I made kindly forays into conversation, and she even began to respond as we neared the end of our route.
Then suddenly,
mid-speech, from her mouth there flew a most hideous shriek. I stopped stone cold in my tracks while she turned red, then promptly ran off. I did not give chase, that time. I attempted to approach her on several ensuing occasions, to learn what had happened, for I feared she had become entangled in some trouble. I noted that often, come night, she ventures into the woods, where I've seen her walk about a glade near a pool. I've striven on occasion to follow her, but lost track each time. It seemed then she'd melted into the air.
sound you heard. She might have just had a sore throat.
Had I thought it possible the sound was natural, I never would have taken up your precious time.
Notice any other strange behavior? Additional symptoms?
No, Vivian's avoided me wholly since the first encounter. But folk gossip.
What about?
They say she's secretive, that no one ever sees her after dusk, that she's wont to suddenly disappear.
Nothing unusual about any of that. Tell me more about Vivian. Who is she? What's her story?
She's Her Enlightened Highness's lady-in-waiting. Her mother was a lady-in-waiting, her father a knight. That is all I've learnt, for the Duchessa grows angry when asked about her. Vivian spends her days within the palace walls. Yet we are in luck, for she has been named the tourney's patroness this year. Thus, each participant will be granted an audience with her.
Got a problem then. See, I'm not a participant.
I've devised a solution already. You shall take my place in the lists and thus gain the chance to speak to her.
I was looking forward to winning the tourney, very much so. Yet for Vivian, I am prepared to sacrifice anything.
This tourney, how's it work exactly?
It is the year's grandest and most important contest. Knights from all corners come to face off for the grand prize, and more importantly, for glory. A demanding test of knightly prowess in horsemanship, marksmanship and fencing. I qualified for the first time, had great hopes of winning. Yet...
Yeah, I get it. Anything for Vivian. Fine, I'll look into it. Gotta admit, piqued my curiosity.
I shall be forever in your debt. Now, we must ensure you are not eliminated from the tourney before you can meet Vivian.
Meaning?
Could you show me how you shoot, ride and fight, perchance? And you must learn the tourney rules, know how to apply them in practice. I did not mean to suggest I doubt your abilities. Everyone must train, even a witcher.
Besides, the tourney contests must surely differ, require skills you don't usually apply, races above all. The choice is yours. Where shall we start?
Apply all the skills you mentioned on a daily basis, and against monsters, not targets and dummies. Don't need any training. Going straight to the tourney grounds to sign up.
Must go to the inscription tent. Honor and glory are all true and good, but your scrolls must be in order.
Tylko teraz gdzie jest ten namiot? Tutaj jest, tak?
You best behave, Chris. You're in Beauclair.
Greetings. Want to join the lists?
Naturally, we must first see to formalities, however. At Guillaume's request, I have looked into your personal history in its heraldic aspects.
Really? What did you come up with?
My findings show you may take part as Geralt of Rivia,
What a surprise.
or as the Honorable Ravix of Forhorn. It's not every year we have a combatant who can boast of 2 crests. Which do you prefer?
No jak to które? Moje własne.
Kinda curious what you could have learned about Geralt of Rivia.
In the year 1267, a certain Geralt, a member of the Witches' Guild, was knighted by Queen Meve and dubbed Geralt of Rivia. This was in honor of his distinguished service at the Battle of the Bridge, said structure spanning the Yaruga. But I wager you know of which battle I speak.
Yeah, those were the days. Kahir and I led a fistful of Nordlings against an entire Nilfgaardian battalion. Won that battle just because we absolutely had to cross the river. I'm Geralt, not about to fight under a false name.
You may now take the shield bearing your crest.
I'm a Witcher. Shields aren't something Witchers ever use in combat.
Who mentioned using it in combat? Not I. The shield commemorates your participation in the tourney. You may take it as a souvenir.
In that case, thanks.
Have you been instructed as to the tourney's challenges, prizes, and vows? If not, I do hope you will allow me to tell you about them.
Guillaume told me a bit about the contests. Rather make sure I'm clear on them, though.
An admirable thirst for knowledge. There are contests 3. A shooting range, where you will compete side by side with an opponent. A horse race, during which you will seek to complete the course within a specified time. Any targets hit with bolts or dummies felt with blade will increase the time you have. Finally, the group melee in the arena, crowned with a duel against last year's champion. As each contest ends, its results will be posted on the board outside my tent. This way all will be apprised of who leads at any given moment.
Convenient. Gonna come right out with it. I'm a sucker for prizes.
The winner of each contest shall receive a trophy. Whoever has the best result once all contests have played out shall face last year's champion in a final duel for glory and the title. Should you defeat the reigning champion, the grand prize will be yours. This year, a sword forged especially for this occasion by the one and only Cornelius of Asengard, a famed master weaponsmith.
Mać.
Her illustrious house had it brought all the way from Nazaire.
You say something about vows?
As is our custom, knights make vows to which they hold for the duration of the tourney. Each swears on something which to him represents his most cherished virtue.
Feels like I know everything I'd ever want to know about chivalric tourneys.
Splendid. In that case, you must make your vow. Upon what would you like to swear it?
Czople, miłość mojej pani. Podwiązkę się oświeconej.
I vow on the love of my lady, Yennefer of Vengerberg, to respect the chivalric virtues.
May the gods succor you in your endeavors to overcome. Sign here, please, then fill out these forms. That is all I need from you. Now, as arranged by Guillaume, you shall be fitted with appropriate armor for the tourney.
Shiny.
You have also been assigned a tent for the tourney's duration. It stands near the arena. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you so much. No, trochę średni ten pancerz. Lepszy jest od wiedźmińskiego cechu żmii? Czekajcie, on jest lepszy od wiedźmińskiego cechu żmii, czy nie? Cechu żmii jest niepokonany. Dobra. Okej, dziecka, to jest to było na tyle w dzisiejszym odcinku z Wiedźmina. Jeśli wam się spodobał, stawcie lajka, suba z dzwoneczkiem i do następnego. Na razie.